Okay, CJ Albertson, 10th place, second American, and a lot of FaceTime on the video there. Can you talk us through the race? Like, what was your strategy? Were you thinking of taking the lead right away? What were you thinking?
Yeah, no, I wanted to give your guys some message boards, something to talk about, so give you guys some hits. So trying to help you guys out.
You did it for Let's Run. All right, that's the story.
No, but my strategy was to just take advantage of the downhills. I call myself the best downhill runner in the world. I may actually be, I don't know. but I couldn't hang back in the pack and run slow and then sprint up the hills. I just can't do that. And so you got to know the runner that you are. And so I never in a million years thought I'd have a 2-minute lead or whatever it was. That wasn't the strat. I just ran what I ran, and I didn't know what other people were doing. I was a little bit quicker than I expected. I knew it was downhill, but like it's really downhill. So and I just, that was like felt good. So I wasn't pressing. I just felt good. And then obviously it got hard. Running alone and then hitting the hills. But I knew that as long as I could just I didn't want to press up the hills because, once you cross that line, it's hard to come back. So I just tried to stay within myself. And that was my strategy the whole time, whether I was in the front pack, the second pack, the third pack. I just happened to be in the front by myself, which I planned on maybe for 4 miles. Like I thought that was a possibility. Did not think I'd be leading through 20 miles. That never even crossed my mind. I was glad I was able to come back. They passed me at a good spot where I was able to use the downhill. And in my head, I was just like, if I can get back to the lead, the crowd will go nuts. So like that was like fueling me. So I just took off. And I went from running like a 5:30 mile to a 4:47, then 4:44. And then I got back in it and tried to engage the crowd. And I didn't quite have it like the flat, that last flat 5K. I've never been able to run like sub 15, the last 5K. I got to work on that. But I caught 3 guys down the last stretch to get top 10, which realistically, I was ranked 29th or whatever. So I would have been very disappointed with 29th, but top 10 was, I thought, realistic, and I got that. Obviously, would have loved to win, but this was a realistic race for me, and I executed the way I wanted to. So,
and the 4:47 and 4:44, do you know what miles those were?
22 and 23. So the 2 miles after a heartbreak. They're pretty downhill, but because heartbreak was like 5:30 something.
When did you start? Did you start thinking I can win this, and when did that start going in your mind?
Like mile 14 or something, someone said I have a 2-minute lead, and I was like, what? And so I tried not to think about it too much because, there's still a long race to go, and I'm like, they can drop 440 miles and put, a minute and 20 on me, even if I'm running 5-minute pace. So I knew the math, and I know what those guys can run. So I was just trying to stay within myself to run, to finish the best that I could. I didn't start sprinting mile 14 to try to protect my lead. It was just, I wanted to get to the top. Well, then I was like, okay, 2 minutes. If I can get to the top of Heartbreak Hill close to the lead, I got a chance. And that's literally exactly what happened. They passed me 50 meters to go. I was able to catch back up, re-engage in the race, and battle for 10th. So, because I think there was a pack of 15, including me, at the top of the hill. So I beat 5 of those guys. So, I'll take that.
Some people would look at your splits, I think it was 64 and then 67 something, that say, oh man, he went out too hard, you should have tried to even split, you could have done better. Do you think that's true, or do you think you ran the best possible race given your strength on the downhill?
I would never negative split Boston. You can negative split the last 10K, or last 8K, about 8.2K, whatever. But I'm just the type of runner I am. I won't. If I negative split, I didn't run as fast as I could. That's just because of the way the course goes and my strengths. I had no intention of even splitting. it was more of a positive split than I'd like.
Right.
You know, I'd like to go out. Ideally, I'd like to be able to go out at 64 flat, come back at 64.45. You know, and if I can run 208 here, 208 high, and maybe have a better last 5K, you know, then I can be, you know, in contention.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet, but first major and first good, real good training block, like aggressive training block since the trials, really. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
And was it difficult mentally for you when they caught you, or it seemed like you kind of were expecting it, so it wasn't as much of a challenge to stay engaged and fight?
There was a moment that it was difficult, and then because I didn't know if I'd be able to go or not, and then I was able to go. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
All right. Well, hey, really impressive run. Congrats.
yeah. Thank you.